It's funny. How many times have you heard, or maybe you said it yourself, when you see a couple and they may not seem aesthetically balanced, one may be prettier than the other, and you may wonder, what in the world? How did she get him? What does he see in her? I don't understand. That's his wife? I guess so. And women, we are very cruel. We can really go after, we can really do some things with our mouths as far as really questioning and getting on other women and criticizing the way they look and all this other stuff. And since Valentine's Day is coming up, this seems to be, there's some single females out there, and it just seems to rile them up even more when they see couples and, people being booed up or whatever, however you want to say it. They really question and they really criticize what they're seeing. But that's all surface stuff. We know that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. In other words, beauty is subjective. Beauty is very subjective, and attractiveness comes in many forms to many different people. So while you're so worried about the outside of the person and what they may not have or what may not look like, it's really the inside that really needs to be analyzed. A lot of women, we get these surgeries and whatever else on the outside, but what does your inside really look like? You're up there criticizing these women and what they may not have as far as beauty, but how beautiful are you on the inside? Because that's really what's going to last and what's going to count. Because while you're having all these surgeries, really for a lot of us women, we really need to check our hearts. That's where we need to start. We put on the makeup, we get the hair extensions or wear our hair long. We put on the red lipstick and this and that. We do so much. We wear the finest of jewelry, the tightest of pants so we can show off what we just paid for. We go all out and spend so much time and money on what is going on the outside that we negate what's going on the inside. And a lot of us, we need heart surgery. Forget the BBLs and all like that. A lot of us need heart surgery. We need to change our hearts in the way that we talk to each other and interact with each other, because a lot of us can be really nasty. We can be really nasty with our mouths, really flippant, really cold. So a lot of us need to excise that coldness. We really need to get that ice off of our heart, because a lot of us are cold-blooded. We really are. And I can say that as a woman, being around women and talking to women. I'm not talking from the outside in. I'm talking from the inside. I'm in the inner circle. So with that being said, we really should be more focused in on how we carry ourselves and how we interact with people, because you'd be surprised what really attracts a man. Okay, now I can't speak for all men and all like that. I'm not trying to do that. But what I am trying to say is, you think it's all of this, but really the man that you want and that you've been so-called been praying for and that you would actually attract is not really, it may be on the list, but that's not high on the list. I'm not saying that beauty does not attract, because it definitely does. But you got to bring a lot more to the table outside of your good looks. What do you bring to the table as far as attitude, as far as comfort, as far as understanding, as far as love? Do you know even the true meaning of love? Because you have to love yourself first in order to give love to other people. So do you really love yourself? I'm not asking, are you in love with yourself? Conceit and narcissism and something totally different. I'm talking about, do you love yourself enough to be the best and listen to others and give people your best? To care about other people. Are you a caring person? A lot of women carry baggage from their previous relationships, and they try and attract people with all this baggage around them. And meanwhile, they're bitter, they're argumentative, they're easily provoked and suspicious. They're threatened by other women. When other women come around, they can't hold their mule. They become jealous and competitive. So really, what kind of beauty are you? If you have all this stuff going on, then you have the nerve to ask why this woman is with this man. I can't tell you everything that a man wants as far as physically in a woman, because it differs from man to man. But I will say that most people do not want to end up arguing and fussing and fighting every day. That I can say. And what everybody wants is really a home. Now, let me explain that. Home, as far as where you can find comfort with somebody, really be your true self with them. And as a man, to be that little boy, that happy little boy with them. And as a woman, to be that happy little girl with them, with your man. And when I say boy and girl, I mean, when we talk about joy, that childlike happiness, that's what I'm talking about when I say boy and girl. That curiosity and happiness and not being guarded. Men want a soft place to land. When they come home, they want to take off their cape and they want a soft place to land. They want to find home. They want to find home. And I think a lot of us miss that point. Again, we focus in on the big boobs and the big butt and the this and the that. But what are you bringing to the table as far as making yourself a home for love from a man? Where the both of you can feel safe, where the both of you can feel secure, and which each of you is doting on each other. Everybody wants love, even people who say, oh, I'm not well, but everybody wants somebody to love. Everybody wants that special person in their life that they can count on, that they can be with, that they can share with without a whole lot of hoopla, chaos, and confusion. So do you bring that to the table? I mean, relationships are work, and a lot of people don't even want to do the work. So again, while you're looking at this woman who seems to be just average, just basic, it really goes deeper than that. Finding a mate is not just finding someone who's cute. It's also being equally yoked, and finding someone that you can really vibe with. Even opposites attract, but you want someone that you can really gel with. Do you even know what love is? How deep does your love go? It's not about looks, guys. Yes, looks play a certain part. But what I'm saying is that may hook them, but that's not going to keep them. Looks fade and looks can be snatched away. They really can, via accident or some type of illness or sickness. You can't just count on your looks. You got to go deeper than that. You got to have something that's going on inside as well. And I'm going to tell you this, any man who just wants you for your looks, that's going to grow old real quick. And you don't really want to hook up with nobody like that anyway. I'm just trying to tell you. It's built on something that's superficial and not concrete. And the beauty standard changes all the time. It changes with time as well as culture. And there's nothing wrong with self-improvement. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing anybody for looking their best or going about it through surgery or makeup or anything else. I am not saying that at all. Do you, boo? All I'm saying is that should not be the primary concern. That's what I'm saying. To really be your best, to be your best self, to really present your best to others, not just to men, but to others, you want to be the full package. You know what I mean? You want the looks, the brains, the attitude. You want to be the full package. You don't just want to be the 3-piece. You want to be the 3-piece, the biscuit, and the soda. You understand what I'm saying? You want to be the whole thing. So that's all I'm trying to say is that we focus so much on the outside and the beauty that we can really negate and neglect what we're lacking on the inside to help make that beauty all the more beautiful. To make us the full package, because beauty goes deeper than the skin. Beauty really radiates from the inside out. I know we've said this, I know we've heard this, but it's very true. And honey, when you got the inside matching the outside, hello, you got it going on. So don't worry about what she look like and what she don't look like and this and that and yada, yada, yada. I want you to focus in on your inside. That way, all of the glorious beauty that you have will emanate to the outside. Plus, you bring that confidence. Confidence is beauty too. It's one thing to be arrogant, and we're not talking about that. We're talking about where you, no matter whether anybody's looking at you or not, you feel good about yourself. You don't need anybody's compliments. You don't need anything on the outside telling you that you're beautiful, your confidence rings through and you can stand on your own. Your self-esteem can stand on its own. So ladies, stop judging other women about what they don't look like and what they don't have and this and that. You just make sure you're all right on the inside. You just make sure your beauty is together. So you just make sure that all the flowers are blooming in your garden and that you got stuff together so that you can get to the next chapter as far as your relationship agenda. So just in time for Valentine's Day, here's a love note from me to you. Don't worry about what's going on with her. You get your inside beauty game up so that your outside beauty game is on a 10. Okay? If you ain't got it in here, and the outside, that don't even matter. Because beauty comes from the inside out. As corny as it sounds, it is very true. And with that, we are going to put a button on it.